Now, we live in a very device-driven world, and we know that it's more important than ever to prioritize activity and to disconnect. And this morning, we welcome to the show our resident fitness expert, Julia McHale from Heavenly Fitness, to talk more about this. Good morning, Julia. Thank you for
Good,
joining us.
good morning, guys. Good to see you as always. Thanks for the invite.
Isn't this such a modern dilemma, this idea of how devices are like effectively hijacking our health these days? So, in your line of work, Julia, how do you see this showing up practically in people's lives?
What I hear from a lot of people is I'm too busy. I'm too busy to look after my fitness. I'm too busy to get to an exercise class or do some exercise. But yet, when we look at our own screen time, which we can check on our metrics of our phone, we see just how much time we really spend on our device and how distracting it is.
Like hours, right? Like we're joined at the hip,
Yes,
basically. I actually feel quite
I know.
hypocritical when I criticize my kids and go, get off your laptop or get off the device. And I'm like, actually, I'm saying that while I'm checking my emails and I'm reading my Bible
Mhm.
from my phone. So, why do you think
Yep.
it's so hard for us to, I guess, first of all, be aware that we have a habit, and then second of all, like to break the habit?
The devices are designed to be addictive. They're designed for us to track. They've got that a variable reward process where you're scrolling through all the time to get that big dopamine hit. And then the ads come up and they get paid to see the ads. It's just that, I think, that unpredictability reward
Mm.
process and the dopamine that comes from it.
Yeah. And so, when it comes to just being aware of this in the first place, you mentioned being able to track your screen time and so on.
Yeah.
Is that an idea? I'm just thinking while you're saying it, it's like, with food, sometimes you're not aware of all the stuff you're eating until you actually write it down. Is it maybe something worth doing for a week or two where you find out how much time you're actually spending on your screen? Are there like apps and things that'll tell us that?
I love that. That's such a great thing to do, isn't it? We encourage people to track food and track all sorts of things with our work. I think tracking screen time is really quite good and putting some boundaries around our behavior with that. Um, it's quite confronting when you do it, when you can see how many hours you might spend on your phone. And we justify it, don't we? As Kat was
Mm.
saying, reading our Bible, we justify that time we spend on there. And you can put locks and all sorts of things on your phone to stop that kind of behavior and get out and do something else instead. And that's what I want us to do. I want us to understand that we can switch that behavior to something else which is going to serve our body better.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So let's say you're someone who's really struggling with it, and I'm looking at my screen
Mm.
time right now, and I can see that my daily average is 7 hours, 27 minutes. What?
Whoa.
It says down
I know.
61% from last week. So that's a positive.
Uh,
Julia, let's say you've noticed that there's a disturbing trend with your screen time, and you
Yes.
know that you need to get more active. What would be your number one recommendation just out the gate to start implementing right now?
Parent yourself. Parent yourself
Ooh,
around
okay.
your device.
Wow.
So whatever advice you're saying to your children, your family members, model it yourself.
Okay,
Parent
so that's
yourself.
like turn your phone off, hide it from
Ah,
Yep.
yourself, and go and jump on the
Yes.
trampoline. That would be my
Yes.
advice to myself.
Absolutely be intentional with that. As soon as you pick that phone up, what would you say to a child? Put that phone down. So you say that to yourself, put your
mm.
phone down. But you have to have strategies in place to switch your behavior to. So I'm a big fan of 15-minute workouts. I promote them all the time on my social media. Um, and it's just 15 minutes of your day. The classes that I post, I'm often doing them in my regular clothes. I don't spend my life in workout gear. I've got my regular gear on, clothes on, 15-minute class, bang, back into my daily living.
Right.
So that's you just little 15-minute snippets to break that behavior.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you guys as well right now, if I can confess. I realize I just don't have the willpower. Like if it's up to me just relying on my willpower, I've learned I'm just not going to do it. So like a little thing I started doing, for example, is if I go out with my wife somewhere, I will leave my phone at home on purpose. Because I'd like
Yes.
to say, oh no, I'll be present and I did it. But you sit down, maybe you get a coffee somewhere, you're sharing lunch, and before you know it, you pulled the phone out of the pocket and then you're scrolling away. So I've just learned relying on my willpower is not good enough. And sometimes I've just got to
Take
take it out of the
drastic
equation.
measures.
Yeah.
Quick question though, Andrew. Why is your phone here today?
Hey? Well, because I was waiting for
He's
messages
not
from
with
you.
his wife.
True, true.
Touche.
Hey, thank you so much, Julia, for sharing these tips with us. I really look forward to our next conversation. And obviously, anyone who would like more help, you've got help available and you have a website.
Yes, I do. It's heavenlyfitness.nz.
Very
really
nice.
easy.
Yeah, and again, it's just about making social media work for you, right? This is the thing. We're not saying
Absolutely.
no devices,
Yep.
but
Yeah, set your phone, lock it up. You can put locks on your phone. You can put other strategies in place that you can swap it out to. You can do sit to stands, and you can do some nice jumping, stretching, get on the trampoline with the kids, parent yourself around that behavior.
Love that.
brilliant.
Thanks so much, Julia. Julia McHale from Heavenly Fitness joining us today as our fitness expert. And if you'd like more help, you can go to heavenlyfitness.nz.
Amazing. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss the next video.
We'll see you in the next one.